obviously, you know who I want to talk about. My New York Football Jets, who won the first round with 3 A+ home runs. David Bailey, they got the best edge rusher second. They got the highest rated tight end on everybody's board, Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon. Yeah. And then you get Omar Cooper, the budding star. I mean, there's a lot of numbers on. He forced the most missed tackles among wide receivers in this draft.
I love him. I was doing my pod live with John Middlecoff, and when the Jets traded up, I said, it's Cooper. When I talked to my people in the league at the end of the first round, they're like, they thought if Cooper didn't get drafted in the first round, he would be he'd be the first guy drafted in the second, and multiple teams would move up to try to get him. So I loved the first and last picks. The tight end's an interesting player. I think with the right staff, he could be highly effective. Yeah. I do think they needed another weapon. But Bailey and Cooper, the Jets deserve a ton of credit. Now, head coach and quarterback, I don't know what they are. But part of the process, you and I talk about it, next year's the quarterback draft. If you're a Jets fan or a Giants fan, you got 5 total players, and I like all of them.
Yeah. Now, listen, I'm not trying to pin you down here, but if you like the Ty Simpson pick for the Rams, which is forward-looking.
I don't love it. I'm explaining it. I don't love it. Okay. I'd rather they get a tackle.
Right. But you're okay with them taking a quarterback there for the future. The Jets are building a team, and I wrote this on social media. A lot of people hated it. They are starting to smell like the Seahawks, who built around a great roster of talent and then put in Darnold. And they're smelling like the Broncos, who were Darren Mugi, the GM for the Jets. He came from Denver. Denver had everything except the quarterback, and they put in Bo Nix, and they go to the playoffs, and then the AFC Championship game.
The Jets have their tackles. The Jets now have 2 receivers, a running back.
2 running backs. Braylon Allen, the young kid from Wisconsin.
They went and got the top tight end on the board. They've got an edge rusher. So I'll say it. I loved what the Jets did.
Yeah.
But you know this league, if you don't have the quarterback or the coach right, it doesn't matter. But we'll see. If you're a Jets fan and a Giants fan, I thought both of them, and by the way, just because you had 2 first-round picks, I like what Cleveland did. Buffalo traded out. I like what they did. Yeah. But the Jets deserve credit for last night.
Yes, they do. When you really break it all down, I actually think the New York Jets came away with the best first round. We were discussing this during the live stream, and everyone kept asking, what did you think? What did you think? And my answer was, honestly, the Jets. But here's the thing, and I'll keep saying this, if you're a Jets fan, if you're a New York fan, if you're a Jets fan, you have to hope they just lose. You can't be too good. You can't be an 8-win team, a 7 or 8-win team, or a 9-win team. You have to be terrible. You have to be truly bad. I know it's not enjoyable. I understand. I get it completely. I grew up going to Jets tailgates. I know the fan base. I've been there, okay? I've screamed the Jets chants myself. So I understand. You don't want another season of embarrassment with a bag over your head. But you have to. You have to be bad. You have to be awful. And then you go draft that top 5 quarterback, and you set yourself up with an awesome team for years to come. I mean, I truly love this draft class. Just these 3 guys alone could end up being franchise-defining. Sadiq and Jeremiah Love were my 2 favorite offensive prospects. I didn't get a chance to fully explain this in the Jets video, but I've covered it elsewhere. When you land an elite tight end, if that tight end turns out to be genuinely awesome, the production you get relative to what you eventually have to pay them is just night and day. It's a completely different value equation. Look at how much money teams had to throw at Jackson Smith-Njigba, a massive amount. Having Kelsey as the foundation of that offense, obviously giving Mahomes someone to work with, was such a huge luxury. That's exactly why they were able to keep Kelsey and still move on from Tyreek Hill. So to me, one of the ultimate superpowers you can have in this league is an elite running back combined with an elite tight end. Because the production you get for the money you have to pay them is just incomparable to what you get from other positions. So I absolutely love what the Jets did. But it all has to come together, and you have to lose next season. I'm not joking around. I'm just being real. I'm just being honest. I'm not saying tank. I'm not saying tank. But if you're a Jets fan, you have to just hope they're bad. You have to hope they lose. You have to hope that Geno Smith actually just isn't good anymore. That he falls off a cliff, and it's over for him. Maybe even fire your coach. Bring in a new up-and-coming offensive coordinator. Draft your quarterback. And then you're ready to go. You're fully ready to roll. So here's how I see it. I'm looking at the Jets starting today, and I'm putting them on a 2-year plan. Most of the time, I put teams on 3-year plans depending on where they're starting from. But from this draft forward, to me, this is the beginning of the Jets. This is the birth of who the Jets will become starting in 2026. And so, by year 2, genuinely legitimate. This is what I said about the Patriots. Year 2, they reached the Super Bowl. The Denver Broncos, I said year 2 with Bo Nix and Sean Payton, AFC Championship game. It's okay to look at things on a timeline. It's perfectly fine to have a timeline. I understand the desire for instant gratification. I want everything right now too. I want 2 million subscribers. I want millions of dollars. I want every video to get 500,000 views. I want it all immediately. But I've learned, slowly but surely, that you can't have everything all at once. So to me, a draft like this, if you're bad this coming season, ends up being a home run. An absolute home run. It really does. It really, truly does. Honestly, I'm pretty excited. At first, I was kind of making jokes when the Jets were drafting and when the Cardinals were drafting. I was just thinking, who cares? Because I don't see much going for those teams, to be truthful. But then as the Jets draft unfolded, I realized, this is actually a great draft. They made some really, really awesome moves. So at the end of the day, if I'm just looking at the draft in isolation, not trying to think about the best moves or the best trades, or who technically got the best value overall, or which fringe team is now a playoff contender, if I just look at it in a complete vacuum, with everything else equal, it's hard not to love what the Jets did. At the end of the day, especially in round 1. They're my favorite. They're one of the main teams I took notes on when I went back after the draft. I thought, I really want to make sure I talk about them, and I wrote down specific notes. I wrote awesome draft. A lot of great moves. Improved essentially everywhere on the field. Sadiq, I love that pick, as I've said. And then I wrote, but be terrible next year. I'm sorry. That's what I scribbled down at 2 in the morning. I know I'm going to catch a lot of hate in the comment section. And listen, I'm not saying tank. I'm really not. What I'm saying is, if you're a fan sitting at home, a big part of you should just hope that the team isn't good. That's all. You should hope that maybe you have some fun games, some close contests, some exciting moments. Kind of like the Giants, right? They were entertaining. They were exciting, kind of interesting. But they lost a lot of random games, and because of that, they ended up with a high draft pick. Sometimes that's just how it works. You can still have fun moments. You can still have exciting highlights. You can still feel great about your draft picks and feel like you're headed in the right direction. But you lose a lot of close games. And you just say, well, okay. It works well for a lot of teams. It really does. And it ends up being literally franchise-defining. Didn't the Jets end up on the wrong side of something like that? I forget which quarterback or which player, but I'm almost positive something happened with the Jets within the last few years. They scored at the last minute. Was it against Derek Carr and the Raiders or something? I might be completely making that up, but I feel like something happened. I can't think of it right now. And then did the defensive coordinator get fired? I don't remember exactly. I feel like I'm saying something correct, but I don't recall the details. It's on the tip of my tongue. So, Jets fans, you can help me out here. Maybe I'm mixing up teams completely. Honestly, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the draft. And this is the problem. This is how I know I'm right. The Jets had an awesome draft. Truly. Awesome draft. Love it. But people aren't talking about how they just owned the draft. Nobody's saying how this is great, how the Jets have turned everything around, how they're going to be a great team, a playoff contender. No one is talking about that at all. And that's because you don't have your quarterback of the future yet. You're not locked in on coaching on both sides of the ball. No one feels that way right now. So yes, get coaching settled on both sides of the ball, get your quarterback, and you do set yourself up for years. You can become relevant again. You can actually get back to being a team worth talking about. It can actually make sense for a guy to stand up with a hat and rally everyone to chant JETS, 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 Jets. Because right now, when you do that, you have to ask yourself, what's the point? Literally, what is the point? Oh, I'm optimistic. I'm genuinely optimistic. But a part of me is going to be sitting there saying, ooh, the Jets lost. You know, in September, October, November, I'll be thinking, ooh, they lost. Okay, good, good, good. What do the standings look like now? Okay. Alright, that's pretty good. Right now, they have the second overall pick. Not too bad. Number 1 overall pick is still in play. That's where my mind is going. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you all think about the New York Jets? How do you feel about their first-round picks and how everything has unfolded for them? If you're a Jets fan, are you secretly hoping they don't do too well this coming season? Or do you think I'm crazy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get into some discussions. Let's get into some debates. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you be part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing that. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.